So today will be an advanced reading lesson. We will look at a poem from 1976 called Bei Dao by Bei Dao, the Chinese-American poet who is still living and working today as of December 1st, 2023. Let's first have a read through the poem. We'll sort of wing our own translation, and then we'll finally look at the official translation by Bonnie McDougall, who I once studied under in 2014 and is far better translator than myself. So let's first read through it. Hui Da by Bei Dao. Baby 是北笔者的通行证，高尚是高尚者的墓志铭. So quite a few advanced bits of vocabulary there. So baby, the first words to appear in it are degradation or debasement. So and tongxiang is to pass through. So tongxianggzheng can probably be translated as password. So degradation is the password of the degraded. So one great quirk about the Chinese language is that adjectives, nouns, and verbs are often the same word. So baby can be translated as degradation, but also the verb to degrade, also the adjective degraded. So baby 是北笔者的通行证，高尚是高尚者的墓志铭，高尚是高尚者的墓志铭。So probably a new word for you here, 墓志铭, which means epitaph. So the character mu as in fen mu, grave, and zhi as in tong zhi, comrade, and miang as in miang ke, engravement or to engrave. So, and gao shang, nobility. So 高尚是高尚者的墓志铭. So nobility is the epitaph of the noble. That's a pretty good translation of that line, I think. So degradation is the password of the degraded, nobility is the epitaph of the noble. Baby 是北笔者的通行证，高尚是高尚者的墓志铭。看吧，在那都间的天空中. So 都间, which may very well be a new word for you, is gold-plated. So you'll presumably be familiar with the character jian, 都间 together, gold-plated. So this character, if you break it down, you will see du as in 0°, 0 degrees, and the metal radical by the side. So 看吧，在那都间的天空中, on the gold-plated sky, 飘满了四折弯曲的倒影. So 飘满了 to float, 死者 the dead, 弯曲 twisting, so the way a river might twist, and the 倒影 reflection or shadow. So 飘满了四折弯曲的倒影. So the first verse, the first stanza. Baby 是北笔者的通行证，高尚是高尚者的墓志铭。看吧，在那都间的天空中，飘满了四折弯曲的倒影。So you will know, for example, 影 as in 电影, electric shadow, better known as movie. So as a translation of the first stanza, we'll go for something like degradation is the password of the degraded. Nobility is the epitaph of the noble. Look how the gold-plated sky is covered with the drifting shadows of the dead. That will decent-ish translation, but we'll look at the official one later on. The next stanza, Bing Chuan, so the Ice Age. Bing Chuan. So you'll know the word Bing as in ice, so Bing Dao, the country Iceland, Chuan as in Sichuan, the province, or Longchuan, small town in Guangdong where I once lived. So Ice Age. Bing Chuan 寄过去了，为什么到处都是 冰凌. So the ice age is already over. Why is there ice everywhere? So reminds me a bit of a climate skeptic, even though the poem was published in 1976 before anyone even knew there was a problem. Sort of what it sounds like. Next line. 好望角发现了. So at the 好望角, the Cape of Good Hope. So three very familiar characters. Has been discovered or has discovered. So the Cape of Good Hope. Wei shema si hai li qian fan xiang jiang. So the next line. So why in the Dead Sea are 1,000 flags. So fan as in flag and xiangjing. So in this context, xiangjing means to be competing with each other, as in 竞争 competition or 竞争对手 competitor. So let's just translate this one here. So the Cape of Good Hope. So our second stanza. 冰川寄过去了，为什么到处都是冰凌？好望角发现了，为什么四海里千帆相近？ So the Ice Age has finished. So why is there ice everywhere? The Cape of Good Hope has been discovered. So why do 1,000 sails contest the Dead Sea? So this could very well be a reference to a conflict in the Middle East. It's healthy to look it up. We'll go for the next stanza and then we'll sum it up later. 我来到这个世界上 I have come to this world 只带着纸 only bringing paper 绳索和身影 so 绳索 rope and a shadow. So I've come into this world with only paper, rope and a shadow, which could be a reference to his what's the name? His literacy. 为了在审判之前 so that before the judgment, so this could mean judgment as in judgment in a court or judgment by God. 宣读那些被判决的声音 So I came into this world with only paper, rope and a shadow. To proclaim before judgment the voice that has been judged. So, well, that just we'll read through the first 3 paragraphs in Chinese. Baby 是卑鄙者的通行证，高尚是高尚者的墓志铭。看吧，在那镀金的天空中，飘满了死者弯曲的倒影。冰川寄过去了。为什么到处都是冰凌？好望角发现了，为什么四海里千帆相近？我来到这个世界上，只带着纸、绳索和身影，为了在审判之前宣读那些判决的声音。So, next stanza. 告诉你吧，世界 I'm telling you, world, 我不相信 I don't believe. 纵使你脚下有1000名挑战者 So, you've placed beneath your foot 1,000 challengers. So, 挑战 is in challenge. I met this word first in 2014 during the 冰桶挑战 the Ice Bucket Challenge. 那就把我算作第一千名 So make me the 1,001st competitor or challenger. So, 告诉你吧，世界，我不相信。纵使你脚下有1000名挑战者，那就把我算作第1001名。我不相信天是蓝的 I don't believe the sky is blue. 我不相信雷的回声 I don't believe the echo of the thunder. 我不相信梦是假的. I don't believe dreams are fake. 我不相信死无报应. So I don't believe death has no revenge. So 报应 or 报仇 revenge. 如果海洋注定要决堤. So if the sea is destined to be breached, so if the dams or the dikes of the sea are destined to be breached, 就让所有的苦水都注入我心中, then just let all of the bitter water enter my heart. 如果陆地注定要上升, and if the land is destined to rise, so this poem was written decades before the climate crisis, 就让人类重新选择生存的峰顶. Then let humanity choose a peak for its existence. So I love this word peak, 峰顶. And I first met this in a translation of a Jack London novel, Call of the Wild, where he talks about an ecstasy that marks the peak, the summit of life. So 峰顶, peak or summit. 新的专辑和闪闪星斗正在追满没有遮拦的天空. So 追 as in to decorate, so decorate the sky, and 遮拦 to obstruct, so 没有遮拦的天空, the unobstructed sky. So a new intersection, and the shining stars are decorating the unobstructed sky. We'll look at the official translation in a moment. 那是5000年的象形文字. That is 5,000 years of the written word. They are pictographs. They are 5,000-year-old written words. So China has long boasted about being a 5,000-year-old civilization, arguably the world's oldest continuous civilization. 那是未来人们凝视的眼睛. They are the watchful eyes of future generations. So it's a great ending, because I read in a poem by Dennis O'Driscoll. I doubt that it's online, but I can introduce it if you let me know in the comments. But it's a great poem about how we don't need to fear the dead. We need to fear the not yet born, because boy are they going to judge us. So I'm just going to read the poem from top to bottom, and then we'll look at the actual competent translation. So 回答 Baby 是 baby 者的通行证，高尚是高尚者的墓志铭。看吧，在那镀金的天空中，飘满了四折弯曲的倒影。冰川季过去了，为什么到处都是冰凌？好望角发现了，为什么四海里千帆相竞？我来到这个世界上，只带着只绳索和呻吟，为了在审判之前宣读那些被判决的声音。告诉你吧，世界，我不相信。纵使你脚下有1000名挑战者，那就把我算作第1001名。我不相信天是蓝的，我不相信雷的回声，我不相信梦是假的，我不相信死无报应。如果海洋注定要决堤，就让所有的苦水都注入我心中。如果陆地注定要上升，就让人类重新选择生存的峰顶。新的专辑和闪闪星斗正在追满没有遮拦的天空，那是5000年的象形文字，那是未来人们凝视的眼睛。 So now for the official translation by Bonnie McDougall. And this has been anthologized all over the place too. So a famous translator and an even more famous author. No, wrong one. The Answer by Bei Dao. Debasement is the password of the base. Nobility the epigraph of the noble. See how the gilded sky is covered with the drifting, twisted shadows of the dead. The ice age is over now. Why is there ice everywhere? The Cape of Good Hope has been discovered. Why do 1,000 sails contest the Dead Sea? I came into this world bringing only paper, rope, a shadow, to proclaim before the judgment the voice that has been judged. Let me tell you, world, I do not believe. If 1,000 challengers lie beneath your feet, count me as number 1,001. I don't believe the sky is blue. I don't believe in thunder's echoes. I don't believe that dreams are false. I don't believe that death has no revenge. If the sea is destined to breach the dikes, let all the brackish water pour into my heart. If the land is destined to rise, let humanity choose a peak for existence again. A new conjunction and glimmering stars adorn the unobstructed sky now. They are the pictographs from 5,000 years. They are the watchful eyes of future generations.